2 hours later.
Hello everyone, welcome back to OC Weekly. Don't you hate that when you start an agent and you forget to approve its permissions and then you go to lunch and travel the worlds and then you come back after a long day and it's still just sitting there waiting for you to approve its permissions? It sucks. It sucks. Anyways, let's get started.
It's time for code review. It's time for code review. Check it line by line.
So in code review, we have had some interesting PRs hit the repo this week. One of my personal favorites is the Scout agent added by Nexel. This one's really cool because I actually didn't know it was flagged into beta until I asked an agent to do some research about the recent open source email editor. I gave it the repo link for the GitHub and it cloned it to that local shared directory and started doing research on it. And the Scout agent's really nice because it takes that GitHub repo and clones it to a shared directory where it can reuse that information over and over again and it doesn't pollute your local project's Git context. So it's super cool. Definitely recommend checking it out. If you're not on beta, get it today. All you gotta do is just run that npm command and you'll be on the cutting edge of all OpenCode things. You'll get all the beta support. So a PR that actually got merged was the native Z support with OpenCode. This one is super cool because I myself am a Z user and that makes it available so that way if I have a file open inside of Z and I'm highlighting some text or just have the file open, I can open OpenCode and say, hey, what does this file or text that I selected do? And it just knows that context. It just works. Congrats Zed on 1.0. But this was inspired by James's work with the Claude Code protocol that works with all editors. So VS Code, Cursor, Atom, if we're still using Atom anymore. I don't think that even exists. Maybe Sublime Text or maybe Text Edit. I don't know if we have support for that yet. But great work, James and Kit, for doing that. Speaking of Kit, Kit is continuing to effectify the code base. I don't know why he's doing this, so I reached out to Kit for his comment, and yeah, we can go ahead and play that.
Hello, Ryan. You asked me for my weekly update. I don't have to justify myself to you, Ryan. Remember what we said about messaging me directly. Never do it. Instead, open up an issue, and we'll take a look at it when appropriate. Thank you, Ryan.
I guess that's an answer. I don't really know. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for code review.
It's time for code review. It's time for code review. Check it line by
On our regularly scheduled programming and news and updates, we hit 150,000 stars on the repo. That's why I stole this image from Twitter and printed it. So that way I can have a memory of us hitting that milestone in my office. And it looks really good. Props to David and our design team. We also have new updates on workspaces. And yeah, I think, James, are you here?
Right.
We're gonna go to James. James, go ahead.
Ryan is such a little.
You are live.
OpenCode now has experimental support for workspaces, which allows you to run your sessions in different environments. For example, a Git worktree. Now you can run your sessions in a Git worktree or even a remote sandbox environment, and you can list all your sessions in one place and manage them all in the same place, regardless of where your code is running.
Thank you, James. That was very informative. I'm just gonna ignore that first part. I'm sure you meant well. We all scroll on Twitter way too much, like way too much. It's just concerningly high on how much time we spend on Twitter every week. So I decided to make that a work expense. So this is This Week I Saw on X.
This week I saw on X. This week I saw on X. This week I saw on X. This week I saw on X.
A new segment where I'll be covering what I saw on X this week, and you can just submit in the replies below on what I should cover next week, because I only got a couple things this week, but I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that I missed. So first up, obviously, is my stuff, because why have a platform if you can't share yourself about it? I built a platformer game that had multiplayer built in OpenCode. It was really cool to see how this worked, and everything just kind of worked out of the box on it. So I'm really hyped that OpenCode has come far enough that I'm able to just basically work with an AI agent to get that working. We also saw that Evil Rabbit, one of the best designers in the world, tweeted out that he loved OpenCode. And I like digging deeper and getting what people actually feel about stuff. So I reached out to Evil Rabbit and said, hey, would you mind giving us a couple more words about what you like about OpenCode? So here he is now.
Hey man, thank you so much for reaching out. I would say that I tweeted it because, I really appreciate good software. I love the attention to detail. OpenCode, speaks my language. I love the terminal core vibe. And the fact that you guys created this seamless integration with AI SDK is making my life so much easier. I can go and use any model at any time. It's super quick, it's super fast. It just works. So thank you so much again for making that happen.
Thanks again, Evil Rabbit. That is always so nice to have the kind words. But yeah, I think that we can't end it any better than this, but Goblin mode happened with OpenAI, and what are we doing, guys? What are we doing that we need Goblin mode for?